as usual, today is a special class as we are also live on Facebook as well as Zoom, as well have the Bastine East in front of us. We are happy about that. It's good to live in Texas, y'all. It's good to live in Texas. We have Bastine with us, had Liddell last week, and sometime next week what we're going to do is we're going to drive all the way up to Liddell and do class in his place. That's what we're going to do. And then probably a week after that or something, we're going to do class at Bastine's place. That's what we're going to do, all right? We're gonna do that. And just, when you can, right? When you can show love like that, you do that. Thank you for joining us. Oh, should we go to Maui? Deanna said we should go to Maui and do a class in Maui. That's what she said. Any excuse to get to Maui. That's what it is right there. That's what it is. We are excited for all of you on Facebook where, I document everything, right? So we're showing Facebook what we do. Since we have Bastine here, Bastine's been dropping some nuggets. We're going to start this class off by letting Bastine talk about his appreciation and what he's learned so far. More is caught than taught. So I haven't completely taught him what he's learned, but he would know far more than me and far more than what I thought I taught, because more is far more caught than taught. When you pay attention, it happens. I just want to let you know that that's the way it works. So Bastine, let's start off with you. Unmute your mic and tell them take however long you want and do it your own way.
Okay. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here this morning. First of all, to be in wonderful Galveston, Texas. To be here in beautiful, historical Galveston, Texas. I met Antonio, actually I met him last year. I was in Fort Lauderdale at a Les Brown conference, motivational speaking conference. And things were kind of hectic that Thursday night when I arrived. And I needed assistance as far as getting my bag and so forth. And all of a sudden, this handsome little man with a beard walked out of the crowd. And he said, "Can I help you?" And I didn't know who he was. But all of a sudden, his caring, his ability to get things done assisted me in making a very hectic moment. It made it very easy. And all of a sudden, I had my name badge, I had my bag that Les Brown meeting had for me, along with the other guests. And meeting him made the transition of adjusting to that moment in Fort Lauderdale extremely easy. And I would meet this man again this year in March, almost by accident. And I can tell you that it's been worth every moment of meeting him. I've come to know him as a friend, a brother, a man that I've come to love, because I see his heart, his integrity is unusual in times like this. We're living in a world where it seems that everyone is out for self. It appears that the camaraderie, the real essence of friendship and brotherhood has gone out the back door. Companies that used to employ people used to care about their employees. There were pension forms, benefits. Companies are still good, some of them, but overall, the spirit of the true way of living in America has somehow waned, gone out the back door. And meeting Antonio and come to know if we have started this wonderful company, I have found a resurgence, a sense of renaissance in my life, because I've retired.
is a family? A family of people. Keep talking. It kicked you out. A family of people. Difficult.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I think it's. You know,
What?
Oh, yeah, it's working.
okay. I think it's a group called the Sister Sledge. A group called Sister Sledge years ago.
Yeah, it's what it is. Excuse these technical difficulties.
Okay.
That's what happens when you're live TV. But we're not gonna let people technical difficulties.
There's a group called Sister Sledge who years ago recorded a song called "We Are Family," and
There we go. We switching over. And grab his phone, put him on Wi-Fi. Unmute your mic. There you go. Take your time.
okay, okay, we're back. We're back. You know, it's good to have a few little difficulties in time. You know, and I think about NASA. All the rocket ships didn't take off when they wanted them to fly. But eventually, they got off the ground and they did their job. And those little glitches are behind us now. But I was talking about Sister Sledge, the rhythm and blues group, who some years ago recorded a song called "We Are Family." And it was the year, I believe, the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Steelers both were chomping at the bits. And that song became the anthem for the city of Pittsburgh, I believe. We are family. I mean, I'm not a singer, but I feel like that same spirit exists here right now with the ATS. We are family. And I'm happy to be a part of it. It's given me, again, a resurgence, something that I badly needed. I needed this. And the answers rather, that I was looking for, it came so easily. And I'm grateful and thankful for everyone that I've met affiliated with Antonio Smith and the ATS. And I don't want to rush myself because there's so much I could talk about right now. There's so many things that I could smile about. But you know, when you're doing something and you have an unnatural smile, people recognize it. And I believe people who saw me in past months, they probably didn't see me smile a lot. But being with Antonio, because my background not only was in engineering, but artistically, the theater. And when you surround yourself with people who have the same ambition, the same drive, similar dreams, it makes flying just a little easier. Like wild geese flying overhead on a cool fall night. Sparrows can't fly with the geese, not even an eagle. Only geese can fly with geese. And I feel that I'm flying with some of the greatest geese the world has ever known. And you know, when we get a little tired, the geese, the head goose or whatever, he slowly moves back to the end of the flying flock, and another strong bird comes ahead. And this is what I found in this family is that, and you know, the beautiful part about the formation of the geese is that they form an arrow, a shape of an arrow. Scientists say it's their way of breaking the wind and and making the flight a lot easier. But I'm happy to say that right now at the head of this flock of geese is Antonio. Antonio is leading us well, and I'm at the very tail end. But I'm just happy to be a part of this flock of wonderful birds. And you can see the laughter from Mr. Jerome. I call him the Baltimore Flash. And because of this energy, because of his dynamic personality, I have followed his laughter, his happiness. And I know now why he's happy. He's been a part of this flock a little longer than me. And when I think about all the others who are part of this family, and I don't want to just start calling names too much, but I'm talking about those that I've had a more personal conversation with. And I think about Pamela now. She's in Maui. You know, she's on one of those tropical places, you know, where everybody dreams to go to. But yet here she is dealing with all of us, the rest of us geese who are on the mainland. You know, but all of it in itself lends itself to what makes this particular school, this particular university so unique. When I think about Phil and his wife Susan, who could very well be out anywhere else, but they are spending time with us, assisting Antonio. Thank you. I could go on, but I want to just end my little moment just to talk early about the turtle. The turtle crawls out of a pond, running from the water, crawls out on a branch or whatever, or a tree that is partly submerged. And there it basks in the sunlight, the warmth, the rays of the sun, drying off. And that's the way a lot of our lives are. We are running from something. Something that we are involved with or have been involved with isn't natural anymore. You're on a job and somehow it doesn't feel quite like a job anymore. It's like a ball and chain. You go to work and you're looking at the clock constantly, like the turtle was when he was submerged in the water. He finally finds the courage and the strength to crawl out. Slowly, he lumbers up to the sunlight. He's enjoying the radiance of the sun, the warmth. Dark cloud floats by overhead. Drops a few drops of raindrops, hits the turtle on the head, and what does he do? He slides back into the pond. That's the way a lot of our lives are. That's the way my life was once, on numerous occasions. Going back into the very thing that you were running from. So this is a chance for the ATS. You can finally free yourself of that murky pond. You can finally free yourself from that murky job, that murky career that you worked so hard and you did a good job, but you haven't been rewarded the way you should have been. You deserve better. You deserve better. And I thank God for Antonio. I thank God for him.
Man, well, I so appreciate you. Thank you very much. That is fantastic. Yes, come on, put your hands together for him. Do me a favor, get his Wi-Fi connection straight. Put him on Wi-Fi. Either use my information or yours. I don't know which ones you got memorized. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Dean East, right? That is it. Fantastic. We're going to be live most of the day. I'm going to be dropping nuggets right after this. I'm going to turn this into a big Q&A between him, Grace, and Gianna. Let him ask me anything. We're going to build his speaker career. We're going to build what he's going to be doing for the Bureau of Dominant Speakers. We're going to build anything else that he wants, plus there's some other stuff that is held in secrecy that you don't necessarily know about yet. But if you watch, you'll find online. Here's what you should be catching. Once again, I'm live. Did you catch that? Like, I'm told you I'm old. I know when I say something, I know when to pause. Here's what you should be catching with that. I'm always dropping content. I looked this morning, Facebook says I have 1,008 videos. Yes, that's on my page. Okay, Pam Norris gets it. That ain't got nothing to do with my other pages. I was on the phone with Facebook 2 days ago, and the lady said, wow, you have a lot of videos. Like, I was literally on the phone with Facebook marketing because, anyway, I was on the phone with them because I have a different relationship with Facebook than most people. And they were giving me some tips on some things that just changed. And she was like, wow, you have a lot of videos. Oh, I can really do, and blah, 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 blah. And then she gave me tips and shot me emails because she said it should be a blue check by my name. I don't know if y'all know what that means. That means the blue check means you're famous, celebrity status. Okay, celebrity status. That's what the blue check. Gray check is verified. Blue check is verified, but blue check is celebrity, Taylor Swift famous, right? And she gave me some tips on how to get there because she said I'm supposed to be. I just need to do a few things. Anywho, that was real conversation. Also, Pam Norris, your friend Lorraine, she is extremely active. Yes, she is extremely active. I didn't realize she's been on my Facebook for almost a month now. So you must have introduced her a month ago. But she's been texting. And she just complimented you. And she's been watching some of the Zooms already. I don't know what she sees, but she's been watching. And I'm pretty sure she's going to make an immediate impact with you whenever we get her wherever you want her to go. She is on it, and she is excited. Yes. So it sounds like the universe has one person that just called you and said, hey, we're going to sign up.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, while the class started, that's what I was apologizing for. I was on the phone. He was calling me in from Virginia saying, thanks for all the stuff you're sending me about Antonio and the university. And I've been working, and I get off of work at 11 o'clock tonight. Can we talk? And I get off from work. I'm like, sure.
Yeah, we can. We can always talk about helping others make money, right? That's a great conversation. Absolutely. And of course, the universe has it set up to where you can actually get paid for helping others make money as well. Nice. So it's fantastic there, right? That's it. Let's congratulate Jerome as he has made this pay period at least, so he'll get paid next pay period because the pay period ends tonight. The pay period ends tonight. It ends tonight at midnight, so do all you can to make your check bigger for next week. Good stuff there. All right, we have a fantastic lesson today, and it is difficult. And I will admit to you, I haven't done this yet, okay? But it is the plan that I'm doing, which means that I am leading or lending the inside of my head to you. We're going to build the marketing plan or the marketing system that allows you to have 5,000 meaningful, put that in chat. And when you put it in chat, I want you to all caps meaningful. 5,000 meaningful conversations a day. That's what we need to do. That's what today's class is about. How to have 5,000 meaningful conversations a day. That's what today's class title is. That's what we're going to talk about. Very interactive. You're going to have to talk, and preferably if you do talk, show your screen. If you can't, then don't worry about that. But, for TV purposes, show your screen. It'll look better in the interim. How do we market to 5,000 people and have 5,000 meaningful conversations a day? And meaningful conversations convert somewhere around 70%. Okay, they really do. Now, that don't necessarily mean the same day. It could be over a week or two or something. But meaningful conversations convert around 70%. That means 3,500. Let me grab my calculator out real quick. I want you all to see this here. That means 3,500 people. I'm saying that we should have a plan put together in which 3,500 people are having meaningful conversations with you a day. Okay, do me a favor and turn that around on here. I want them to see this calculator. 3,500. See if you can. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, you can finish it. 3,500 people a day. And let's say all you're doing is selling a $20 product. That means you would be making what? 70,000. 3,500 people a day times $20 product. That's $70,000. Let's put that in ATS network talk. Let's say when I bring back the 1997 option, you have 3,500 people signing up a day at $19.97. And bonuses, that's $69,895 for you. At a 50% bonus, that would actually equal to you $35,000 a month. Can anybody, and let me see you, can you deal with having $35,000 a month?
Oh, yeah.
Can anybody, by show of hands?
Oh, yeah.
Emoji, hands, voices. Okay, Jerome says, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that,
Yep.
Is that a burden? Is that like, right? Is that a burden? Does that bother you to have a church that has $35,000 a month that has nothing to do with tithe paying members? Wish I had some preachers in the building. Okay. Liddell, wouldn't you like to have $35,000 coming in to your church and it's totally outside of the church's membership? That's what we're going to do. I want all of you to focus on $20. Write that in the chat. Everyone who will participate. The more you participate, the more I can get to create a wrinkle in your brain. Remember, I am a cognitive behavioral therapist. I'm always trying to create a wrinkle in your brain. Okay? I want you to put, no, you're good. You ain't got to talk. Just keep them running emojis. Them church running emojis going on. That's Liddell in the chat. So he can't talk. You know, he always praying for somebody. He praying over people and got one headphone in his ear at the same time listening. That's Amen. What he's doing. That's it. We want to focus everybody online. We're letting Facebook get a sneak peek. And how do you get 5,000 meaningful conversations? So write this down as I say it in chat or on your notes. This is the business system, okay? You're going to put 5,000. Okay, but don't write it down, Michelle G. You're driving. Okay, don't write it down. Okay. 5,000 meaningful conversations plus 70% conversion rate. Anyone know what equals, okay? Actually put plus, so 5,000 conversations, meaningful. Don't leave out meaningful. Do not leave out meaningful, okay? Do not leave out meaningful. It is a different kind of conversation. 5,000 meaningful conversations plus a 70% conversion rate plus a $20 product. That's what you put in next. A $20 product equals, what was that number I put up? 75,000? Well, let me see. Was 33.5 plus 2 is 7. That's $70,000 a month, okay? Equals $70,000 a month. I'll repeat it. A $5,000 meaningful conversations plus 70% conversion rate plus a $20 product equals $70,000 a month. Now, if you, I want you all this. I'm gonna have y'all repeat this to me, because it needs to be cognitively stuck in your head. For one, I want you, actually, did everybody get that formula now? I want you to put,
yes.
I want you to put this under the formula, okay? Put little stars, whatever your equivalent to stars is. And I want you to write this verbatim. That's Latin for word, okay? Start thinking like this and put your name. So start thinking like this, Monica. Start thinking like this, Susan. Start thinking like this, Elena. Got me? That's what I want you to do.
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
And and I know you're gonna probably say this, but right now my brain keeps saying, what does he mean by meaningful? What does he mean by meaningful? What does he mean by meaningful? And I know you're gonna say it, but I just want you to know what's in my head and continue, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. You know what? Thank you. I will get to it, and I'll get to it pretty quickly, but now I know I need to really get to it, because there is a huge difference between meaningful and matter of fact, when I get there, I'm going to have y'all help me with it, so some of the definition can come from you. And that'll make it stick in your head too. At least your ideas will allow it to stick in your head. I want all of you to start thinking like this. Everybody got it? This is how you need to approach your business from now on. What most people do, thank you, Deanna and Dave, put in the chat. And I know everybody else put in your notes. What most people do is you think with average energy. Okay? I don't mean to do personal development here, but I have to. You think with average energy. You think, get the sale. That's not enough to sustain your lifestyle. Getting the sale cannot be passed on to your children. Getting the sale doesn't take you off of food stamps. And let me tell you, while food stamps has been stigmatized by politics, there are hard-working, faith-exercising, grown adults that now have to get food stamps because wages have not gone up, but cost of living has. And food stamps are people with regular jobs now, because people now have to choose between, and I'm serious when I say this, health insurance, gas, or food. I dare you to prove me wrong. The middle class is choosing between, do I want this health insurance or do I want the gas to drive to work? Can I afford this $250 a month to come out my check? Or do I take my chances and use that $250 a month to go get gas so I can keep the check coming? Who can relate to that? Tough. And then don't forget, when you retire, you drop tax brackets. The moment you retire, you're in the upper middle class, the top 1%, you make a $450,000 a year, you retire, and you go all the way down. And then they tax your retirement, which is totally disrespectful. You work all these years pouring into the system, and then when you retire, they tell you, still pour into it. Even though you're done, keep pouring into it. Pour into it for them young folk who got plenty of energy and need to pour into it themselves. So what we want to do is we want to have. Was I lying about that? That was okay? Vaseline said I was on it. Okay, that was. Okay, that's pretty accurate. Okay, what we want to do is we want to create meaningful conversations, because write this thing down, then we'll get to the next level. Conversations create clients. It's not the first time you heard me say it. I'm just going to keep saying it until you actually start having them. Conversations create clients. Here is an ugly truth. If your money is low, you stop having conversations. Now, we can recognize this with a church, can't we? As soon as the church starts struggling, we recognize, we say, well, you know what? You stop evangelizing. It's the truth. As soon as the church starts struggling, we go, hey, you stop evangelizing. You can't do that. Okay, what is evangelism? Evangelism is simply to spread the good news of a mission of some company or some entity. That's it. The word evangelism was already out before Christ Christianized it. It was already in Greek. It was already there. The word already existed. Okay? Philip in the book of Acts is the first and only person to be called an evangelist. And he's a deacon. Okay? Now, evangelism is, if you have a catering company, I know someone was online, I'm not sure she's still there. Her name is Elena. Her and her husband own a catering company. If they stop being preachers of their catering company, if they stop spreading the good news about their catering company, their money goes low. Jerome, is right here. I start explaining meaningful conversations. It's right here, okay? Now, can Elena and her husband, can Antonio only spread the good news to the customers who are already here? No, not only should I continue to take care of my customers. Yes, that's what you call in the church world discipleship. I need to continue to disciple my current customers. That's called retention. Everybody, yes? Retention. But it don't change my lifestyle if I'm retaining 10 people. I wish I had somebody. I can't retain 10 people and expect to have a legacy. At the heart of my evangelism is going to places I really know, really comfortable at, then places I kind of know, but I'm almost comfortable at, then going to people I don't like. Going to people I have nothing in common with. And then going to places I've never been. Everybody write that down. I'll give it to you again. To properly evangelize my catering business, as Elena and her husband, I think his name is William. He just texted me. Let me make sure. I like to memorize people's names. His name is it's William, right? Yes. Okay. It is. Yeah, William. So Elena and William, okay, their job about their catering business is to do one simple thing in 4 pieces. They must, number one, spread the good news of their catering business. Now you say, well, where should we go? Well, let me tell you. Number one, go to where you're really comfortable, comma, where people have the same faith as you, same ideologies as you. You can put either one, comma, where they look just like you, comma, and they live and eat close by you. That's all number one. That's all step one in that. How do we go evangelize? Is this? I'm giving you. You can't say I'm giving you a blueprint. This is a fantastic blueprint. I told you that in order to have these meaningful conversations, Jerome want me to define meaningful. I'm giving it to you right now. This is right. You're getting it. You're getting it. I'm giving it to you right now. Now that you're getting your meaningful conversations, you say, where I go? Go where you're comfortable. How did I break it down? Read it to me, down. Unmute your mic and read it to me how I broke it down.
Go to where you are really comfortable, where people have the same faith as you, where they look just like you, and they live and eat close by you.
Y'all got that? I'm giving you the blueprint of how to get this done. Because we want to have 5,000 meaningful conversations, which will lead to a 70% conversion rate. And all we got to do is sell a $20 product, and that would lead to $70,000 a month. And somebody should have shouted right there. Because now I just made this $70,000 a month look real easy. And I haven't even got done.
That was a big question. That was a big question for me and a big stumbling block for me. This is really helpful for me. Thank you.
There y'all go. Got it? This is really helpful. Now, step two inside of how do I have meaningful conversations? All right. After you go to the people you know, go to the people you kind of know. Y'all not drinking buddies, but y'all not enemies. Some of y'all call them acquaintances, co-workers. Am I making this make sense to you? Acquaintances, co-workers, or maybe they're just the same race as you. There's one race, human race, but I must lower my awareness to make this make sense to everybody, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Nationality. You know, the age of the isms where we just divided over stupid stuff, okay? Maybe you're white, they're white. Maybe they're in the same country club as you. Maybe they're in the same church as you. Because you do know all your church members ain't your friend. Let me take these off and see if I got somebody. All right. Put these back on. Okay? I just wanted to make it make sense, yeah. I just wanted to make it make sense, Betsy. That's it. Some of them you don't even like. You understand? Others of them, you only smile in a direction on Sunday. This is the only time you see them. Ain't no beef there. You just, right? You want to go to these people. So step two is go to where you are comfortable. You got something in common. That's why you're here. You just don't know them that well. That's the next place you want to evangelize. Does that make sense to you? It's the next place you want to evangelize. What is evangelism? You need to spread, write this down in all caps. Spread the good news of your company. Does that mean you tell them how good you are? No. That's not the good news. That's the good ego you got. You understand? The good news is, you know what? We've created 8 millionaires. Jerome got his first customer yesterday, right? Bastine is developing his own speaker company from scratch with help, but totally his vision. Yes. Right? Liddell, who despises the camera, who is totally reclusive, is now having extreme success by documenting and putting himself on camera, and he's finding out how influential he actually is. Does that make sense to y'all? That's the good news of your company. Phil and Susan Sorrentino have a high position in the ATS company in which completely are holding Antonio's legacy, making it their own, and establishing more and different and better practices for the Bureau after the likeness of their heart while following Antonio's vision, and they're actually in charge. Wow. See how that's good news? Not, well, you know, I'm Antonio. I'm the stuff. You should listen to me. You see how that's not good news? Right? While that strokes my ego very well, Bastille, right? It totally strokes it. That is not how you evangelize, okay? You evangelize through experiences, testimonies, you get it? Through other people. Through success stories. And your success stories need to have pain in them or they're not a success story. It's just you talking. There's no such thing as a success story without failures. You have been lied to by, I don't know, by some children's book or something. I'm not sure. But a success story can only be a success story because you shouldn't have got out of it. Am I making sense? That's why it's a success story, because you shouldn't have got out of it. Okay, right. Good. And you need to tell all that about your business. Let me give an example. You know what? I am back. You saw what Vastine did. Vastine, I met Antonio a while back, and I mean, things weren't bad, good, but I wanted more. And I'm realizing I was already in the presence of more, and I had no idea. And I just keep getting, every time I think it's all I'm going to get, and it's more than enough, I get a whole different set of more than enough. Y'all did that? I promise you, my company is organized to blow your mind. I have it to where every day I do my best to give you everything and outdo myself. And then I go home and I go, now how the heck am I going to top that? I do this every time. I'm telling you, with the new cell phone thing, I said to myself, holy crap. I don't even know what to give away free. I can't just have them. I got two major issues going on right now, I'll tell you. And this is still explain number 2. I got the exclusive content on the podcast. Pam Norris is a customer on there, right? And now I got to figure out, I'm saying to myself, now how in the heck do I give stuff Pam Norris ain't seen yet when she's consuming all my content? I mean, she is in everything paid. She's consuming everything unpaid. How in the world? And this is one customer. Right? I'm changing my whole system over one customer. Do you understand what I'm saying? I need y'all to get that.
Thanks, Pam.
Yes, right. You get on one to be totally transparent with you. As far as the exclusive content goes, it's made $40 so far, $40.86. Okay, that's all it's made. It's been a month. I kind of pushed it, but I haven't really pushed it because I'm trying to figure out how in the heck do I give Pam Norris what she hasn't seen yet, and she's in everything. And how do I do it? Because I keep coming up with ideas, but they're not consistent. Like I can't consistently sustain those ideas. So I say, wow, okay. I'm going to push myself, and she about to get charged. You better figure it out. She got 30 days. You better figure it out. You get it? You got to figure it out. And I've been developing this whole system of exclusivity in order to shock Pam's mind. Okay. Do y'all hear that? And I don't even know how to do it yet. I'm about 70% there. But when I started it, I ain't had no clue. You get it? Now I'm 20-something days in, I'm about 70% there. I know exactly what I want to do, but I won't reveal it yet. She's going to be shocked and happy when it starts coming out. Get it? This is over-delivering, having these meaningful conversations that make you go, I can't give you more. And then all of a sudden, I got to stretch and give you more. Get it? That's number one. Then with the text message, poll 9-500-1546, with the text message, now I got to figure out, well, most of these people never, how can I give them stuff they don't have? They paid top dollar. Good thing is I figured the whole text message thing out first. I figured that out. That was easy. That was easier than the podcast. That was much easier than the podcast. Much easier. It was, how do I make the business university different from the mastermind? How do I make the bureau different from the business university and the mastermind? How do I make the text message different from anything else? And how do I make the exclusive podcast different from everything else? None of these products look and act alike. That's step 2, right? Excuse me. Well, yeah, I think I did step 2 inside of the evangelism thing. Okay, yeah. So I haven't moved on. I just gave you all this meat because when I go out to people I'm comfortable with, so you having a tendency, and step 1, the people you love, you're like, girl, just take this here, it's all good. But now I got to step my game up. When I go out, I'm comfortable, I know you, but I still owe it to you not to repeat my information. How many of you would still be in ATSs every single day we repeated the same information? You're here because every single day it's something that blows your mind. You can't believe that just happened. How much can he, Deanna, and Grace keep doing that? How much can Tim keep doing that? That makes no sense, huh? We gotta. Oh, okay, right. How much can we keep doing that? Makes no sense. The good thing is we're practitioners. We're working on. Well, I'm working on being a billionaire, and Deanna is, so now Grace is by default. And it forces us to learn this new stuff every day. Now, Deanna's been putting in chat, so now someone else has to put this in chat for her until she comes back. Step 3. Spread your good news to people who don't like you, to people you don't like, so don't like you, comma, people you don't like, comma, to people you have nothing in common with, comma, to people who have prejudices against people like you. It's very important, comma.
Say that last one again.
And to people who have prejudices against people like you, comma, and to people you, and capitalize you, Y-O-U, all caps, think would never buy from you or are a waste of your time. The people you, all caps, think would never buy from you or are a complete waste of your time. Write that down. Thank you very much for putting that in chat. Thank you. So now Deanna can just copy and paste. Outstanding. That's number 3. Number 4.
Antonio.
Inside. Yes, sir. Please.
Stop. Yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I'm going through my list, right? I'm going today, Antonio. And there's some people on the list I don't like. Okay. I got the original list, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. I deleted them. I took them out. And now you're
That's
telling
exactly
me,
why I said that, Jerome. Yep, and I'm coming back to it.
Why you in my head, man? Why you in my
Yep. Glad you said that, because I'll do it right now. I was gonna recap all this and say stop qualifying people. Stop qualifying people over your prosperity. That's what I was gonna tell y'all. I was gonna tell y'all, stop qualifying people out of your prosperity. That's what I was gonna tell y'all. At this third one, I was going to tell you, stop qualifying people out of your prosperity. And we do it in a few ways. We say, oh, you know what? Bastine's too successful. He's not gonna want to hear about my coffee. But he's been 6 feet long. He don't even hang with people like me, right? How many of y'all don't lie? You do this. Yeah. or you like me and you got these high class friends that they burn $100 Cubans just to hang out. Okay, my Cohibas are my favorite. And them, okay, these things are quite expensive. The real ones. Well, actually, it's not even a conversation of real ones because we only get real ones. And at this point, I have a connect that gets them right from Cuba, not the Dominican, because when the stuff happened, 2 Cuban-based families that did well went to 2 different places, and you can get certified Cuban cigars from Trinidad area and I believe the Dominican Republic, but they're the Cuban families. I'm talking about from Cuba. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
Did you just say stop qualifying people out of your prosperity?
That's what I said. Stop qualifying people out of your prosperity. And I'm going to tell you why. Right? I get my Cubans, they come in the brown box, they got the tape. If this is the box, they got the tape on the side right there that you got to pull off. That's the pure Cuban seal. And they cost too much. They do. They cost way too much. Okay? Way too much. But the reason I'm bringing it up is because you're like, oh, man, he about $1,000 case worth of cigars. He's not going to try to hear about no business accelerator. His business is accelerated. Come on now. How many of you would approach me? I have everything that I want. I do. It's the truth. It's so hard to shop for me for like birthday presents because you're like, what does he want? The good thing is I'm so grateful for whatever I get. It makes it easier, right? But I have everything I want. The building I'm sitting in right now, I own. It is attached to a church I own. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, dead serious. The land I own. This building owns a cemetery. I own that too. You get what I'm saying? It's hard. And how many of you would go, man, this guy, he's not going to want to hear about this. That's why number 3 is in there. Do you get it? That's why when I say it to people, you think, remember I put all caps? Stop qualifying people out of your prosperity. You know why, Jerome? Because you never know what's changed in their life that has them vibrating at your frequency. You never know. I'm telling y'all, for me right now, it is so important. It is what's more important for me than my kids, which is saying a lot, is I want to make sure that the things I give to monthly never stop in my death. And if you can present to me an opportunity that does that, you got my attention. At this point, I am so legacy focused. I can't even stress to you how much. I give to some what I perceive to be very important entities. One is the American Baptist Eastern General Association of Texas. They're not planting churches right now because they bought some buildings, have put them into some debt, and they're trying to clear the debt. But they have a real big heart of planting churches and helping small town preachers establish churches. They're not there yet. But I know that I may not see them plant a church, but my money and my death will help them plant churches when I'm gone. And that's very important for me. And then you'll go, Antonio's not going to hear that, and you qualify me right out your prosperity. Am I making sense to you, Jerome?
Boy. I put a star next to that.
You put a star next to that? Good. 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 Vaccine. Did that help you, Vaccine? Am I right? I'm trying to give it to you as real as possible. So don't qualify people out of your prosperity. Now, I had other things in there, too. I had your prejudices. I also put in there, you black, these white folk ain't go, right? Stop saying that. Stop it. Stop it. Or you're white, and there's nothing really prosperous going on over there. I'm not saying y'all do this. I'm trying to do both ways to be fair. I'm just saying it happens every day. I know none of y'all have no prejudices. You've never done it a day in your life. You've never looked at a white guy with a bald head and a swastika tattooed on his head and made an assumption about him. You've never done that. I know you haven't. I know you've never done that in your life. I know you haven't. I know you haven't let somebody sped you off in traffic and cut you off. And instead of going, they must have an emergency. Right? His wife must be pregnant. Instead of doing that, well, no, excuse me. I know you did that. You didn't go, you mother. You understand what I'm saying? I'm done Sunday school words, right? I always joke and I tell people, if you ever want to see how saved somebody is, put them behind the wheel in traffic. I say that all the time. Now, so y'all get number 3. I'm going to repeat it to you. Spread the good news to people, the good news of your business. Not how awesome you are, not how awesome Ice Buddy is, but how many people Ice Buddy have helped. There is a difference. Not how awesome the patent is. They don't care about that until you save grandmother when she needed it. That's when they care. Okay? Spread the good news to people who don't like you. Okay, who you don't like, excuse me, and people who don't like you. You get that? And people who don't have things in common with you, people who have prejudices like you, and people who you would never buy from and you think is a waste of your time. That's all of that is in the copy and paste. Somebody copy and paste it for you. So that's good. Now, number 4, and I'm going to go back and explain all these. This is the meaningful conversations. In the last 45 minutes, we're going to plan it. Number 4, you need to spread the good news of your company in places you've never been, comma, and places your faith hasn't touched yet, comma, and by that, I don't mean your spiritual faith. I mean, you scared to go in that country because what the news says. You think Jamaica is all gangs because that's what the TV says. Or Africa is all huts because that's what the TV says. That is so not true. It's the furthest from the truth, okay? Anyway, don't let me get on that, okay? So not only is it the people that you've never seen before, but where your faith hasn't landed yet. So where if you go out there, you can't even. I went to India this year and left my phone in Texas. I was on the other side of the world with no phone. Y'all know how crazy that is? No phone on the other side of the world. No gun. Now, I'm from Texas. We got guns. I got it. It's 2 of them in here right now. Okay, it's 2 of them. You're safe, Steve. You're safe. One of them's a candy. Licensed to carry for quite some time. This is Texas. I'm just right. Okay, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's Texas. All I had was my Gracie combat skills or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you may know of it. But go to people you don't know. Go where your faith hasn't got there yet. And have meaningful conversations with cultures, there we go, with cultures you're not familiar with. And learn those cultures. You got me? Everybody write it down? Now, get ready to blow your mind. Remind me at 12:15 to come to a hard stop, because that was my plan. But I'm about to get into something that's gonna light somebody on fire. It's gonna light a few people on fire. We gotta come to a hard stop at 12:15. Okay? Don't let me forget, because I'm about to flay in the face, because I've been building the one thing. Remember I told y'all to draw inspiration from everywhere? Okay? I told you, no matter what, Robin, no matter what, draw inspiration from everywhere, Jerome. Don't be so closed-minded you block the energy of prosperity. Okay? Don't block abundance because you closed. The Quran has fantastic energy in it that can bless your business. Buddhism has fantastic energy that can transform your life. Okay? I'm not preaching religion or anything like that. I'm just telling you, I'm using emotionally charged subjects on purpose so you can understand. Professional boxing has energy that can change your life. Right? Be open to everything. Everybody got me? By show of hands or unmute your mic, who has been transformed? I gave you the meaningful conversation. Who has been transformed by understanding what I just?
Go ahead, Bessie. Go ahead, you talk.
Boy, Antonio, he's teaching today. He's teaching. He's absolutely teaching. And while he was teaching a few moments ago, I thought about what if United Airlines decided that they would not allow people with purple hair to board their plane? They might be flying an empty plane half the time, you know? So as just listening to this wonderful lesson today, go where you haven't been before, talk to who you have been taught not to talk to. There's opportunity everywhere. And I know it's true. It has to be true because we live in what they taught us in school, we live in a closed ecological environment. So we're all dependent on each other to get whatever we want. The world is small now. And I'm, again, ATS, through the leadership and the guidance of this, you know, maybe Antonio, maybe he came from a different planet. We have been invaded, you know, because his ideas and his way of dealing with people is out of this world. Thank you, Antonio.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so appreciate you. So who else wants to say how you've been transformed? Okay, go ahead, Jerome.
Well, I already told you guys about me taking some names off that I got to go back and put onto my list. But when Antonio talked about going to different cultures and going to places that fate hasn't taken you, last year when I met Antonio in Fort Lauderdale, I also met a young lady. I'm a devout Christian, and she's a devout Muslim, but she came to the conference for Les Brown, and her name is Afia. And then maybe 4 months later, we came to another conference, and I ran into her again. She has wonderful personality, but we didn't talk about religion. You know, we were just being people, and we were having a conversation because she had missed one of the meetings. left, and she said, I was just sick. And she said, my stomach needed to be adjusted. I said, oh, so she's from Kenya. And so when she said that, she says, I live in Mombasa. Well, here's what's interesting. My dear friend, who I met 40 years ago, was born in Mombasa. And we were talking. I said, you know what? I said, we need to talk later. Let's go. Let's have dinner. And we did. We exchanged information. I gave her their information. Well, come to find out, my best friend's wife helps in the community in Africa, in Kenya, with AIDS patients and parents who've died, their children. And she's been doing this for over 50 years. Well, this young lady, Afia, is with a big organization in Mombasa or in Kenya that helps people out and recognizes the community. Well, when she found this out, she got them recognized on stage in front of a large audience. I was in tears. I was like, but because of the fact that I didn't allow her being a Muslim and me being a Christian, and we were just talking, she recognized some people that I love dearly. And her husband comes back and he said, Jerome, in the 50 years she's been in the community helping folks out, no one has ever recognized her the way she was recognized at this conference. And he said, thank you. I said, no, thank God. So again, Bloom, Tony, you're absolutely right on the money. You're on the money.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. All facts. Now, rushing to my hard stop, because I want you all to come up with some ideas. Remember, what we're talking about is how do we have 5,000 meaningful conversations a day, which will then lead to a 70% conversion rate. And if you have just a $20 product, that's $70,000 a month. This whole time, you didn't know you can make $70,000 a month off of $20, but you can. You do know toilet paper companies are making billions. Okay? Their product is not $20, but if they raise it up to $50, we ain't gonna have no choice. We still gonna buy it. You understand? The same way you ain't got a choice for gas, gasoline, not the gas you would need for toilet paper, but it's the same way that you don't have a choice for toilet paper. Now, here's here's what I've been leading to. Y'all, I didn't make that up. You could give me a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, something, and I sound like a genius right now. That's not. Let me tell you where I got that from, and I've been doing this forever. Says, well, can someone guess where I got that from? Can someone guess before I say it?
Think and Grow Rich?
Almost. Okay. He said Think and Grow Rich. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, go ahead.
Richest Man in Babylon?
Okay. The Richest Man in Babylon sounds pretty close. Okay. Sounds pretty close. No worries. Okay, I got you. Keep going. Let's get one more. Say what? The quote? No, the whole thing I just been teaching.
Oh.
The whole thing I've been teaching is all connected. All right, here we go. So it's real simple. No. Don't come over here. All right. She's trying to cheat. Look on my screen. Don't come over here. There's this guy. He was a carpenter, a loser from Nazareth. Okay? I'm just telling you what it is. This guy was a loser to where someone said, is there anything good that ever came from Nazareth? That's not my word. I'm just trying to tell you. This guy was a loser from the hood. He was a peasant. I don't care how you glorify him today. He was the powers that be, your faith, if you believe in the Christian faith, your God made sure he was born poor. Okay? I want you to know that. And the first people to see him were poor people. Normally, when you're the man, you show up right to the president. Take me to your leader. Ain't that how it works? Look, I'm the man. I'm the king. Run me to the emperor, please. Can somebody, right? You say, could I get to my phone fast enough? Look, they're serious, right? I'm serious. Take me to who runs the world? Who runs Earth? Please take me to them. Don't take me to no po person. Please, go ahead. Go, right? You understand? But make my heart stop 220. Go ahead and get them out of my face. Give me to just the people I want to talk to. No, not the way your face is set up. Super poor, and I'm telling you, the first people to see or to hear about, was 2 sheep people in the field working. I dare you go look it up. The first people to get the news of prosperity was 2 po folk. Okay? 2 po folk. And his mama was broke and poor and lived in the ghetto. I'm just say what you want. Go look it up. Okay? Don't nothing good come out of Nazareth. You understand? Nothing. That's in there. Okay? Now, in Acts chapter 1, verse 8, my man sets the world on fire and says, but you're going to receive power. Watch yourself now. Watch yourself. From the Holy Spirit. I don't mean to make it religious. I'm just trying to tell you where I got this from. He's going to come on you. Some confidence. Now watch it. And you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, people you're comfortable with. You see what I did there? That's step 1. That's step 1. People you comfortable with. That man, they look, hey, don't even worry about it. I told them Jerusalem is your full step 1. Go read it yourself. Then Judea. I'm kind of comfortable. It's all good. I know them though. You know, so it's all good. Go read it yourself. That's step 2. Samaria. Yeah, I don't like them folk. I don't like them. They don't like me. I don't know them. They don't know me. As a matter of fact, I have written them out of my prosperity. Grace came in here when I said that. I swear I said, Jerome, when you was cutting people off your list, you was treating them like Samaritans, right? That's what you was doing. You was saying, nah, get out of here. Get out of here.
I heard my name. That's
okay.
I know you've been killing this phone call.
But you on these girl, you missing all of it. You missing all of it. You on them sales calls out there, you missing all of it. What I just did was I told y'all, I didn't tell you this, but I'm telling you, Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the othermost parts of the earth. You have been given your success formula way before I got here. So I appreciate the accolades, but I ain't make this up. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't take credit. Right? I can't take credit. Now, that's how you have meaningful conversations. This, pay attention, is what I've been working on in the ATS network, in the ATS company. How can I do to the world what one man or the idea of one man did to it? Y'all hearing me? This is what I'm trying to figure out. Because it's been done before. How can I tap into that consciousness and do it again? She said, I already have. But now what I want to do is I want to have 5,000 people added to my church daily. Really? Well, 3,500. But where am I getting that from? The next chapter. And 3,000 people were added to the... I swear that's in there. I'm not lying. Acts chapter 2 says Peter said something. He had a meaningful conversation with over, and this is just the men that was counting, 3,000 people, and they were added. How can I get Peter's evangelistic power to add 3,000 people to the ATS company a day? Y'all see what I'm trying to do? Now, I got 4 more minutes for my hard stop. What you're getting ready to do is you getting ready to build it. I'm going to tell you what I came up with, and you're going to take it off from there. Because I haven't figured it out yet. But I'm really, really close. And the difference is we have meaningful conversations. Excuse me. We reach people, but it's not meaningful.
Yeah.
You said William Johnson said something on Facebook. Who's that sharing their screen? Jacob was a cheater. Peter had a temper. David had an affair. Noah was drunk. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, that was sharing the screen. But do you get it? Now, you said William Johnson said something. Okay, yeah, go ahead and read that loud so I can.
William Johnson from our live feed said, so the ultimate goal is to be able to keep a consistent flow of income regardless of the time of day or day of the week or what you may be doing at that moment.
That is a Sorry, that is absolute facts. Thank you, Pam Norris. That's absolute facts, William Johnson. The goal is to have predictable revenue. While this protagonist came from the hood, his revenue was so predictable, he can hold up bread and say, now come down, multiply. Don't confuse the poverty he grew up in with the richness that was in him. And according to your faith, he didn't dip into divinity to have that richness. That was his consciousness. His human consciousness created that richness. Do you understand? You don't get to pass that off to his deity. That's not if you're going to be an Orthodox Christian, okay? It's going to be which means in the realms of what the church teaches. You cannot say that he ever dipped into his divinity. Somehow you have to reconcile 100% man, 100% God. You have to do that. But you can't say the two mixed. That's not heretical. That's not Orthodox. It's heretical. That's a different class, but that's factual teaching, though. 1 minute to my heart stop. What we want to do here is we want to duplicate it, but I want you to dismiss reaching people as meaningful. That's the problem with the world. We don't want to reach. You do know Fox News reaches some of you. It ain't meaningful. MSNBC reaches some of you. It ain't meaningful. Do you understand? Just because I reached you doesn't mean I changed you. You understand?
All right, man.
Just because I got on your radio station don't mean you listen to me. Just because I paid for a commercial don't mean you didn't pick up your phone and text while I was talking. Am I making sense to you? Just because you pay for an ad and Facebook tells you here's what you reach, don't get excited about that. That reach, that's so you can keep spending money. That's not meaningful conversations. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. That's not meaningful. Meaningful conversations are when people convert. Conversations create content. Now, that's my hard stop. Let's go. We're going to build it now. 5,000 meaningful conversations. Sales funnels. You might want to write this down. I'm giving you what I've been doing. Sales funnels with long content. That's why my content is long versus short. There's a guy named William Johnson. I don't think I've ever met him in my life, but maybe I have at the Saturday event. That's Saturday. Okay, Saturday. I haven't looked at his profile picture at all. Right? So Saturday event, I had a meaningful conversation with him. We're going back and forth now. He was on yesterday. He's on now. These are meaningful conversations. We just, soon as the camera went to Vastine, I start replying to him about the Cuban cigars we like. How it has a great pull. You understand? We literally had a sidebar conversation about Cuban. And he told me what he liked. That's a meaningful conversation. You get what I'm saying? I'm not treating him like a product. I'm treating him like a person. And when he chooses to buy from me, he will close himself. I would never have to persuade him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that's not how you do people. You don't swindle people. You inform people who you are. You let them decide if they're going to follow you. If you want this to be long-lasting. Sales funnels, long content. Why is my content long? Because I want you to have a meaningful conversation. Well, I'm not saying all of it's long. I'm just saying that there's a big chunk portion of it that is long. Because I didn't come here to impress you. I came to transform you. Adding more value than anyone else. You should write that down. I'm giving you, because the goal is, how do I have these meaningful conversations? I just taught you how. Now I'm telling you how I'm doing it. I gave you the philosophy understanding of it, but y'all know me. That's not enough for me. Because you left here excited, but then went, whoa, but how we do it? You ever heard the motivational speaker, right? Motivational speaker that, whoa, that was good. What you learned? I don't know where to start. I'm telling you where to start, okay? Sales funnels, long content, adding more value than anyone else. This one's going to hurt a few of you, but you hear me say it all the time so you get more comfortable with it. Give it away for free. Can you imagine if that same pro tag, oh, you want to get healed? Oh, wait a minute now. We charge for healing blind people. Come on, help me somebody. You got an issue of blood? Oh, no.
Is this the part where we say we're dating again?
That's right. This is the dating part. This is the dating part. This is the dating. That protagonist, the one you call Jesus, dated his people and they became disciples. He got in the mud with them. He literally got in the water with Peter. Fed Peter, gave Peter income first. That's this is in there again.
Yeah.
Man, put your net out one more time. We're gonna take care of you this time. Then the net broke. Okay, that's in there. That's in there. He gave Peter money, because that was Peter's money. He added so much value to Peter. Listen, y'all. He made Peter, let me say it this way. He made William Johnson money first. Then said, come follow me. I'm talking today.
Yes, sir. I caught that one.
You caught that one? William asked me a question about Bitcoin yesterday. I dropped some Bitcoin knowledge. Bitcoin is actually is a product of blockchain. Blockchain is changing the world already. It's going to change. It's going to be around forever. Bitcoin is just a product of it. Blockchain is excellent. The problem with Bitcoin is Bitcoin, while it's a currency, you can't pull it and put that currency into an income-producing asset. And until they fix that problem, Bitcoin is going to continue to have a problem. Because money is meant to be spent, not collected. Money is worthless collected. I hope money is worthless collected. Money is only has value when you spend it. You just want to spend it in income-producing vehicles. Say it right.
I'm just laughing to myself like, who collects money?
That's what everybody does.
I know, but like, who collects money to not spend it?
Everybody.
Are you serious?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it looks like. She said, who collects money and not spend it? I'll tell you what it looks like. Having a certain dollar amount in your bank account. That's ignorant. My checking account is extremely low. Would you like to know why my checking account is low? I spend that's a depreciating asset. Feeding y'all is a depreciating asset, that's for sure. That's not an income producing asset. But since y'all generate money for me, it's income producing asset. If you try to have $100,000 in your checking account, that's silly. Because inflation automatically knocked that down to $97,000 automatic. Don't forget, you got to pay taxes. As soon as you spend that money, they're gonna make you pay taxes. You understand? And if you don't live in Texas, woo-wee, I can't imagine what taxes are in Hawaii. I don't even know. I would never have a business in Hawaii. I'm telling you. And by the way she just shook her head, I ain't even trying to start no business. And I'll buy some, but I ain't starting none. I'll buy a business in Hawaii and flip those papers to somewhere in Delaware, Texas, or something, Nevada. You understand? Money, before you spend it, you ain't even worried about your expenses. $100,000 in your bank account before you ever spend it is about $65,000. It's better off in an income-producing asset. All right? Sales funnels, loan content, adding value, adding more value than anyone else, giving it all away for free, creating monthly programs that are very affordable. That got me? This is what I'm doing. Creating monthly programs that are very affordable, taking $10,000 products and giving them away for $1,000. Taking $5,000 products and giving away for $200. And the last thing I can tell you I'm doing for sure, well, two other things. I'm giving people unprecedented access to me. By the way, text me, 409-500-1546. Text me. Yeah. Taking $5,000 products and making them $200. Taking $10,000 products and making them $999. I said $1,000, but that's what I meant. Yep. Having human conversations inside of my digital sales funnels. Everyone here gets a phone call. Y'all know this. Most of y'all will close over the phone. Creating my own community in which I have more meaningful conversations. And the last thing you should put, conversations on conversations on conversations on conversations. Now, let's go to Pam Norris first, since she actually has a high producing business that also has high expenses. Okay, she has both, because Pam and myself have a lot of debt, because you can't get rich without debt. The goal is to have no debt that other people are not paying for. Nice. Every debt I have in my life, someone else pays for it, from my house to my car. Well, my car's paid off, but my cell phone bill. I waited today. Comcast cut my internet off today because look, y'all, I be rebellious. I give you, especially with the government, like my water bill, I wait to the very last minute to pay that because I know that money's going to the government. You already took my taxes. I wait to the very last minute. That's real spiteful when it comes to that one, right? I'm dead serious. My water bill, they get that last. They last to get paid because they're the first to get paid. So if you take your money first, I'm paying you last. This is how I think. I am such a capitalist. I would make a fantastic Republican, okay? I really would. I'm not Democratic or Republican, but I would make a fantastic Republican. I really would. I really would. Now, what was I saying? I forgot. Okay, yeah. Pam Norris. I picked on Pam Norris. I picked out Pam Norris. All right, here we go. We have the debt. Pam Norris, I gave you how I'm attempting to get to 5,000 meaningful conversations a day. Oh, I left out one. Increasing my distribution. I forgot. That should have been first. That should have actually been the first one. Sometimes that was me hiring a bigger sales team. In this case, it was creating a network marketing company. You get 450,000 reps. You make them all rich, right? You make Pam Norris and her, let me speak over Pam Norris. You make Pam Norris and her downline of 400,000 people. Yeah. Right? You make those people rich. You make her rich. That's a distribution system for both her and myself and them. You get it? It makes us both recession proof. Pam, I gave you all this stuff. I gave you all this information. Now tell me ways I've sparked ideas in you that you can help us and help me get to this 5,000 meaningful conversations a day. You got yourself muted. Oh, almost.
Okay.
There you
wow.
When you finish.
Oh boy, my brain. I'm trying to get it together here.
That's okay. I'll help you out.
Help me.
Well, let's see. You got to hire more people, right? You want to hire some customer service people.
Yes, I have to hire some salespeople. Some to go. There's certain sales you all will do. There's certain sales that people have to go in person to a potential buyer for iSpuddy and make a presentation. It just requires that.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. And you're going to hire customer service people too, right?
Yes.
Because you want meaningful conversations with people who buy from you.
And everybody will have to go through ATS.
Oh.
That I hire. I already decided that.
Wait a minute. Let us pause and celebrate that. Hey. That's it. Everybody's got to go through ATS. I like the way that sounds. All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
No, everybody I hire, it has to go through ATS. That's just going to be a requirement because we all have to be like-minded, have a vision of where we're going and understand the philosophy and the approach that we're using. So I got to get them on the same page with me, and I'm on the same page with you. So we're going for the big net to break.
Good job.
So all of that turns into money for ATS and for the group. Also, I want my people not to be that I have to hire and pay, not to be dependent on my payroll. I want them to have residual income of their own so they can have legacy. So I want to put them into the network so that they can have their own residual income that they build out because they know people that I don't know. And they can send them in to ATS and just get residual income while they're out selling iSpuddies for me. And that way they see me as an employer who's not concerned about being their slave master, making them dependent on my paycheck, but says, I'm interested in your economic and financial freedom. And that we are about saving lives. And a big part of preparedness is financial preparedness. And you cannot be about emergency preparedness and financial preparedness and spread that news for iSpuddy unless you first live it for yourself. And so there will be an expectation that all my people will have to achieve their own financial freedom. See, that way also when people on your payroll aren't limited to you, one, people tend not to steal, people tend to love you because they go, you really committed to me. You're not just working me to death like a slave. You want me and my family to be successful. You're not only saving lives out in the field, you're saving my family's life. And so, iSpuddy, I will give you my best. And that's all I can ask for people. But I have to first give them my best. And my best is what I've learned here at ATS.
You sound like Tony T. Smith.
Hey, yeah, no. You sound like Antonio. You sound right. When we first met, we had immediate synergy for sure. Now, the one that she said a lot, Deanna couldn't type notes because she was holding the Facebook camera at you all so people can see that you all are here. And I had the speaker, but so they can hear what Pam Norris was saying for a better end user experience. One of the main things she said that I did not say was she's going to create meaningful conversations by treating her employees meaningfully. That I left out. It needs to be in there because I'll tell you what, when you treat your employees well, they will treat your customers well. You know why your order is always messed up at McDonald's? Because they get paid minimum wage. They're just clogs in the system. It's the truth. Chick-fil-A pays a little more. I don't think anybody is going to say that Chick-fil-A does not have angelic service. You'll be hard pressed. Their customer service is so good, it is viral. Starbucks has fantastic. I've never had a bad experience in Chick-fil-A or Starbucks. The truth, I've never had my order messed up at Chick-fil-A or Starbucks. Starbucks give their baristas stock options. And I believe also health insurance. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yes, there you go. Williams said health insurance.
And they will pay for you to continue your education as a barista at Starbucks, which I visit very.
I had no idea. Wow. Okay, keep going. Come on, give us some more value, and give us some ideas too about how we're going to get this done as well.
Well, I think starting there is a great idea, is because we treat people better than what they're going to get anywhere else here in the network, is what I have experienced. And I totally agree with you. With Chick-fil-A, their customer service is absolutely impeccable. They're famous for, they don't say no problem, they say my pleasure, which is, that's universal for them. And at Starbucks, like you said, they aim to go above and beyond to please their customers. And that's why we're going in there. And a cup of coffee is $5, $6, $7, depending on how many pumps, if you get a venti, if you get a tall, if you get, a grande. So we don't mind paying the amount because of the customer service that we know we're going to receive, and we know that they're going to get it right on the first choice. I don't even deal with McDonald's at all, just because, like you said, I think their workers are overworked, underpaid, definitely underappreciated, and the service that they provide, it speaks that all day long. So I think here we're going to be able to get it done, because you starting from the head down, love on us and we love on each other. We encourage each other, and we genuinely care about each and every one of the everybody that's a part of the ATSBU and the ATS network. We care about each other's success. We're each other's biggest cheerleaders. And, if that's why we say no one suffers alone. And we over here to ensure that nobody is suffering and that everybody is winning financially. And you don't find that. I have been in so many different companies since 1996. I probably have been in 25 different MLM companies. And I have never experienced the camaraderie, and I've never experienced the trueness and the integrity from the top. Usually when we dealing with whoever's at the top, when we peel the curtain back, we find a joker hiding behind the curtain. And it ain't no joke when you're dealing with people's money, finances, and their life. And I think that, you don't just talk about integrity, you exude integrity. And a lot of the people that I've dealt with in the past, they speak on integrity and don't have a clue as to what it actually means. And if they have a clue, they are not exercising what integrity means. And I'm all about that.
Yeah, you might clap for that. I'm going to tell you why you should be clapping for that. Every single core value that we have, she spoke on it. Every single one. Like, seriously. No one suffers alone. We're in our DNA, and I'm sure all of you could have did the same thing as well. Thank you very much. Do y'all see how we can have, this is, in my opinion, and we teach, I don't think anybody teaches better than us. I just don't, right? I just don't. It's not, I don't mean that from a braggadocious place. I just don't know. I'm not saying we're the best, because I don't have enough evidence to say that. But I have enough confidence to say that. Don't get it twisted. Don't confuse confidence with evidence, okay? I just know no one trains harder than us, in my perception. You never come here and we repeating the same information. It gets higher every time because we get higher every time. You understand what I'm saying? If you come here with a lower level mindset, you ain't got no choice but to jump up because we not coming down, right? We're not coming down in awareness. You're gonna be drowning when you first get here. Oh my God, that was so much information. Phil is telling me in chat to say we are among the best. That has much more positive energy on it. Either way, I'm telling you that we work hard, but this is what I'm not telling you about this company. I want everybody on Facebook. I want everybody to hear me right now. The reason I'm telling you this is because the goal that I've been having is to have 5,000 meaningful conversations a day. That's not my end goal. That's the first one. When you have visions as big as mine, they force you to become a big person. You can't create 100,000 millionaires with no integrity. You can't. You just can't. Neither can you create you can create 100,000 millionaires with no integrity, but you're going to rob a lot of people. I'll be one of those Nigerian princes in your email that I got all my money tied up, but if you just send $2,000, I can. Y'all know that scam. Y'all know that scam, right? I do that all day. If you kindly send me this, then I will, right? And I keep getting you for more money and more money. It's the same scam, okay? You know, we could do that, but my goal is to change and raise the collective consciousness of the world. That's mine. It forces me to say, now, how in the heck can I have meaningful conversations? Now I got to say, Mo Williams, well, who are the people who have had the best meaningful conversations? And it led me to a slew of the world's greatest teachers, past and present. We can go of all genders, or both genders, of all nationalities. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about how Joan of Arc was hated. She was not popular, and she was the wrong gender, and she led men to war, not just as a woman, but a young woman. Come on now. How can I tap into that energy? Right, that's some serious energy. That Genghis Khan almost took over the whole world. Alexander the Great did take over the whole world to where, if you Google, we don't know if he was real or a myth. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. Alexander the Great, who was from Macedonia, actually, literally, if you Google, we have no idea. We are taught he's real, believe it, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, the story is so fascinating. He Hellenized the whole world. Hellenized means Greek. He Greekized. He made the whole known world have one language. Even though there was multiples, the language was Greek. And then the Romans, right, adopted all that, and then boom. How can I tap into that energy? People go, Antonio, man, you're like incredibly wise. Man, I'm tapped into some energy intentionally. I'm not trying to tap into Antonio. I'm trying to tap into this one consciousness that Antonio is a part of. That was for my highly aware people. Somebody get what I just said. Because I just said a whole lot, but I'm going to move on. If you want to guess how I think or what my brain is or why am I this way, I actually just answered it, okay? I actually just answered it, but we'll keep going on. How can I get into that Napoleon Hill energy? How can I get into Elijah Muhammad, Jesus the Christ, David the King? What's the Greek? Homer's Iliad. What is this? I can't think of the English. I can only think of the English. Homer's Iliad, but there's the main character. I keep thinking of Ulysses is his name. I got it. It just hit me. Ulysses. There's an English. Yeah. Ulysses. How do I remember it? I don't know. I take everything seriously. The whole point. The Homer's Iliad is the Bible for Greeks, right? Their Bible, and it is for basically do everything in moderation. Don't take things for granted to where you overconsume, because once you overconsume anything, you end in great destruction. That's the whole point of Homer's Iliad. And that's the whole Greek culture, and it's absolutely why the Roman culture failed. They overconsumed the world. The downfall of Roman culture was when they made the emperor basically a king. When that happened, the downfall, it took 400 years, but it did happen. In 481, they got booted out. And then if you look at Eastern Orthodox, some of the Roman Empire is still here. And then if you're woke, America is the Roman Empire, right? And history repeats itself if you fall in that kind of teaching. Either way, how can we have these meaningful conversations? I've been tapping into the energy of everyone who's had meaningful conversations, and pay attention. And I try to say, now, how can I modernize that energy and make it a product or a business system in my company? Y'all, if you're not hearing what I'm saying, I'm giving you my secrets. I haven't got there yet, but I'm on my way, and I'm a lot further than most people. I'm telling you. And if I pull it off, the greatness of Apple, Google, Amazon, I'll be right there, or it will pale into comparison of what we are accomplishing here.
Yes.
Yeah. Deanna said when.
Yeah.
Not
You're
yet.
right. Deanna says when. There you go. You're right. There it is. So that's been your lesson for today. I hope you want to, it's all in chat. I'm giving you opportunity to save the chat. Do me a favor, copy and paste, or no, you can't put an attachment in chat, huh? Copy and paste as much of the good stuff in chat as possible and put it in Facebook so they can have it in notes as well. So I'll stall for 5 minutes so she can copy and paste and put it in the Facebook chat. All of you here, you can save the chat. But that's it. That's what I've been working on. I told you how I did it. All of you should be preachers of your own business. You should be evangelists. You should be the evangelist of your downline. No, if you're part of the network marketing company we started, none of your downline should preach about the goodness of your downline better than you. You ought to know every person in your downline's birthday. Okay, let me tell you what happens in the ATS company. When you sign up here, I force you to give me your address because you have no idea. I got this whole program. I haven't initiated yet. Y'all about to start getting mail from me. You are. And when your birthday come up, I'm going to be the first person to tell you. Not only am I going to post on Facebook, and we got a whole database of birthdays. We got a whole, as a matter of fact, just in case we're missing some of you, after this call or during this call right now, if you can just inbox down your birthdays so I can make sure we got them. Because we got a lot of you. I got your birthdays. I want to spend real money to send you a letter. Not just on your birthday. Every 8th of the month, I shoot, well, almost, about 80% of the time. Sometimes I forget. Law calls it Law Day. That's his day. Since he's the 8th child or since the 8 kids, every 8th of the month he calls Law Day. Every 8th of the month, I dare you go ask him yourself. I text him Happy Law Day. Every 8th of the month. Think about that. I'm the CEO. I make sure of that. I'm trying to figure out what makes Vastine tick. So every time he ticks, I send something that way to let him know I'm glad you ticking. I'm dead serious. I saw Jerome. Passed Jerome up 3 days. On the last day, I said, hey, man, how can I help you? Ain't that what I did, Jerome?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Messed me up.
I got in the dirt with Dave. He on a treadmill right now doing treadmill things, bodybuilding things. In the dirt with Dave. We talked about all this stuff, know about what's going on. In the dirt. Absolutely in the dirt. I'm getting ready as soon as I can clear time because the company lunch is I'm going out to DC. Let me be honest with you. I'm going out to DC specifically for Robin. I'm going to tie in Jerome, Denise Hill, and anyone in the DC, Maryland area. But I'm going for Robin. Okay? I'm telling you, I am. I am going for Robin because she's got all the gifts and, you know, life will knock the life out of you, right? She ain't told me, but I be watching y'all. I be watching y'all. I know when you go silent on Facebook, you having a problem. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ask Jerome. I called Jerome out the blue. Hey, we're not going to do this no more. Jerome, am I lying, Jerome?
You tell the truth. It made me cry, folks. He made me cry. You get out of my head, Antonio. Get out of my head.
I told Jerome, if the, and this is the honest God truth, I had every intent, I'm going to have to figure out, well, once things get running, I'm already stepping back because I wanted so much to fly out to Phil and Susan. I really did. I had Deanna, she picked it up, she had the price, all things. But since we was in one of those pre-lunches, I couldn't. But I had already planned out how I'm going to do it, when I'm going to do it. I already know.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Dead serious. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go see Donna. I check on Donna all the time. I'm going to make a whole round in Florida. Everybody in Florida, I'm coming. I'm telling you. I'm making a whole round. It's looking like the fall, but I'm coming.
That's a good time.
Why am I doing that? Because I want 5,000 meaningful conversations a day. And here's the deal.
Yes.
If I treat you like disciples, which means literally get in it with you, spend 3 years with you.
Yes.
In your situation to where you get to full abundance, you ain't going to let nobody not give me my abundance. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's in there again.
Yes.
Last thing I'll say. That's in there. I watched a Greek fraternity. A friend of mine got both his legs lost. They had to amputate his legs in a motorcycle accident. I watched a Greek fraternity come in. I've never been in a fraternity. I was always too cool for that kind of stuff. You know, I'm the lone wolf. You know, I've just learned how to let people around me the way I'm doing now. I just learned that behavior. I'm kind of like Phil. You know, I just learned that behavior. And I watched this Greek fraternity. I've never really been a supporter of fraternities. Never, not a non-supporter, but never really a supporter. I watched this Greek fraternity pool all their resources together. They paid this man mortgage for a year. They sent his daughter to school, paid for all her stuff, paid all his car note and every last one of his bills for a whole year so he can recover. He's got the steel leg, the not steel, but you know, the aluminum, maybe, whatever it is, right? The titanium, I believe it is. He's got those legs now, but he was allowed to recover.
Wow.
Greek fraternity. Now where I come from, that was the devil, right? That was the way my religious teachers, you know, anything not of this church is of the devil. Everybody going to hell. Right? I come from that place, not y'all, but me. You know, you understand? And I went, wow. What an amazing thing. This was November 11th, 2011 is when this man lost his legs. November 2011. Today, he's well off because his fraternity stepped up. I want a company like that.
Yes.
Antonio?
You understand what I'm saying? Hey, go ahead, Phil.
Do you know how God created thousands of meaningful conversations in Rome?
Sir.
By having the Christians being eaten by the lions. That was God's infomercial. Think about it. You've got thousands of people in the Colosseum watching these people praising God and being happy as the lions ripped them to shreds. And they're going, man, what do they got that I ain't got? I got to go check out this Christianity stuff because I wouldn't be doing that if I was down there. So that's how God created meaning conversations in Rome for Christianity.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Not only is that facts, that's a fantastic way to end this call because there's something a 14-year-old dead kid taught me. I'll share it with you now. Freshman year, Houston Baptist University, there was this guy on stage. I'm only saying this in view of Phil's story. So listen to what I'm about to say. And it's edifying Phil's story, and you're supposed to take this lesson in Phil's story. Not me, his story. Guy got on stage. He was talking about his child doing evangelism. And they was like, where's his kid? And then boom, he shows the child's notes, all this stuff, and then he reveals his son was dead. He caught in Peru illness not that Peru's a problem. He just caught an illness. And he's now 15 minutes in talking about the death of his son. And he's got all his son's journals of his son tried to give his life to Christ at 8. They sent him away. He's too young. He came back the next year and said, oh, you're going to do it. So they baptized him at 9 in summer camp. And he started going on mission trips at 10. He went to the first mission trip at 12. And the second mission trip he went at 14. And this is when he died. And inside the journal, and I'll never forget it. I remember Phil, right? Remember y'all Phil's story? He said, Dad, don't be afraid of me dying. I'm willing to be uncomfortable for God. And I remember sitting there on the front row in Houston Baptist University's stadium or auditorium. Convocation is what it was called. And I remember saying, now here I am pastoring people, and I'm not willing to be uncomfortable. And this 14-year-old kid just pastored me. I got a lot of work to do. That was 2012. Phil just said, you got something to say? Okay. Phil just said exactly that. Meaningful conversations only happen because some folk got real uncomfortable and some other folk was cheering. And those two things together created enough attention to grow, I say this for class purposes, the business of the Messiah. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. It's Thursday, right? We've got nothing else for today. That's very rare, but we'll be live all day. We'll be live on here on Facebook. Thank you. We'll see you all later, or just go jump on Facebook and catch us. We're about to turn this into a Q&A. They're about to all ask me questions. All right, everybody. See you later.